You don't enter this world through a battlefield, you enter through a fiber-optic cable. You are a SIGINT apprentice, a fresh recruit stepping into the donut GCHQ's massive, circular fortress in Cheltenham. To the outside world, you're just a tech-savvy graduate. To the state, you are a new set of ears tuned to the global hum. Your first task is data immersion. You are placed in front of a terminal that monitors the flow millions of gigabytes of raw data crossing the Atlantic every second. You aren't looking for names yet. You are looking for metadata. You learn to see the world not as cities and people, but as a digital grid. Every phone call, every encrypted text, and every satellite ping leaves a trail of electronic breadcrumbs. Your job is to sort the noise from the signal. At level 1, you learn the vow of silence. You are given a top secret / developed vetting DV clearance. This means the government knows your bank accounts, your childhood friends, and your deepest secrets. In return, you are allowed to see the shadow world. You can't tell your parents what you do. You can't post your location on social media. You have officially unplugged from the public internet and moved into the ring of confidence. The psychological shift is strange. You sit in a comfortable, climate-controlled room, but you are witnessing the most dangerous events on Earth in real time. You might be tracking the signal of a suspicious vessel in the English Channel or monitoring the electronic signature of a new missile test in a desert thousands of miles away. You start to realize that the physical world is just a shell. The real war is happening in the invisible waves passing through your body right now. You are a digital scout. You are learning the grammar of signals. You aren't breaking codes yet, but you are learning how to spot the spikes in the data, the sudden silence before an attack, or the frantic burst of radio chatter during a crisis. You are the first line of defense in a war that never stops. And for the first time in your life, you are listening to a world that doesn't know it's being heard. Level 2, the language and culture analyst. You have moved beyond raw data. You are now a language and culture analyst. You aren't just listening to signals. You are interpreting the human intent behind them. GCHQ doesn't just need people who speak a language. They need people who understand the subtext, the slang, the regional dialects, and the hidden metaphors that targets use to hide their true meaning. Your day is spent in the deep listen. You wear high-end, noise-canceling headphones, leaning into the private conversations of world leaders, extremist cells, or foreign intelligence officers. You aren't just a translator, you are a social detective. You listen for the vocal stress in a target's voice or the specific choice of words that signals a change in their plans. You learn that in the world of SIGINT, a long pause or a slight stutter can be more important than the words themselves. The challenge of level 2 is the cultural mask. You have to inhabit the mind of the enemy. You study their history, their religion, and their humor. You learn to spot coded language when a group talks about planting a garden. You have to know if they are actually gardening or if they are preparing a coordinated cyber attack. You are the filter that turns garbage audio into a high-value intelligence report for the Prime Minister's desk. The psychological weight is the intimacy of the hunt. You hear these people talking to their families, laughing and arguing. You know their secrets better than their own friends do. But you have to remain a clinical observer. You are looking for the one sentence, the one slip-up that reveals a threat. You are the ear in the wall, and the more you listen, the more you realize that everyone, no matter how powerful, is vulnerable once they pick up a phone or sit at a keyboard. You are building a digital portrait of your targets. You track their habits. What time they wake up, who they trust, and what makes them afraid. You are no longer just an apprentice. You are a specialist of the human element. You are the one who tells the code breakers where to look, and you are starting to realize that the most dangerous secrets aren't written in code, they are hidden in plain sight, tucked between the lines of everyday conversation. Level 3, the cryptanalyst. You have entered the mathematical inner sanctum. You are now a cryptanalyst, a modern-day descendant of the code breakers who worked at Bletchley Park. In the GCHQ hierarchy, you are the elite problem solver. While others listen to the flow, you are the one who builds the keys to unlock it. You deal with ES-256, RSA, and quantum-resistant algorithms, the digital locks that protect the world's most dangerous secrets. Your daily life is a battle against entropy. You sit in front of massive high-performance computing clusters that draw enough power to light up a small town. You are looking for mathematical flaws, a tiny repetition in a string of billions of random numbers, or a backdoor left open by a lazy programmer in a hostile nation. You aren't just doing math, you are performing digital forensic surgery, On the enemy's most secure communications at level 3, you encounter the black box. This is the data that has been intercepted but remains unreadable. It's a wall of gibberish that might contain the plans for a nuclear test or a financial collapse. When you finally find the collision, the mathematical breakthrough that breaks the cipher, the screen transforms. The noise suddenly snaps into signal. For a few moments, you are the only person on the planet who can read the enemy's private thoughts. The psychological state of a codebreaker is one of obsessive logic. You see patterns everywhere, in the rhythm of traffic, the layout of the city, and the structure of music. You are playing a high-stakes game of digital chess against the world's most brilliant hostile minds. You know that if you fail, the country remains blind. If you succeed, you give the government the God view of the battlefield. You have become a scientific ghost. Your work is so sensitive that it will likely never be declassified in your lifetime. You walk through the donut, feeling like a traveler from the future. You are breaking codes that the world thinks are unbreakable, and you are realizing that in the age of the algorithm, there is no such thing as a perfect secret. Every lock has a key, you just have to be patient enough to find it. Level 4, the cyber offensive operator. You have transitioned from the observer to the agitator. You are now a cyber offensive operator, a member of the National Cyber Force, a joint unit between GCHQ and the Ministry of Defense. In the gray space of the internet, you are the digital saboteur. While level 3 breaks the locks, your job at level 4 is to walk through the door and start dismantling the room. Your role is active intervention. You operate in a world of deny, disrupt, and degrade. You aren't just stealing data, you are creating systemic friction. You might be deploying a logic bomb to shut down a hostile state's propaganda servers, or injecting ghost code into the control systems of a terrorist group's drone network. You are the invisible force that makes the enemy's technology turn against them. When a rogue state's power grid glitches, or their secret communications suddenly vanish, you are the reason why. The challenge of level 4 is surgical precision. You have to be a digital sniper. If you hit a target too hard, you risk collateral damage, accidentally knocking out a local hospital's network or revealing GCHQ's secret zero-day exploits. You learn the art of the non-attributable strike. You leave digital fingerprints that point to someone else, or you make the attack look like a simple hardware failure. You are a master of deception in the cloud, ensuring that the enemy spends their time fixing bugs, while you are actually dismantling their entire operation. Psychologically, you have entered the hunter-killer mindset. You don't see the internet as a tool, you see it as a battlefield of vulnerabilities. You spend your nights in a high-security pit, watching live data feeds as your code travels through servers in 3 different continents before hitting its target. You live for the digital kill. The moment the enemy's screen goes dark and their capability to harm the UK is neutralized without a single boot on the ground, you are the silent hammer. You have realized that in the modern world, a laptop can be more destructive than a tank. You operate with a zero-trace philosophy. By the time the enemy's IT team realizes they've been breached, you've already deleted your infiltration route and returned to the safety of the ring of confidence. You are the shadow that breaks the machine from the inside out. Level 5, the mission lead. You have stepped back from the keyboard and into the war room. You are now a mission lead, the orchestrator of the digital dragnet. You no longer focus on a single piece of code or one conversation. You are managing a multi-domain operation. This is the rank where SIGINT meets the real world. You are the link between the analysts in Cheltenham, the MI6 officers on the ground in hostile cities, and the military commanders at Northwood. Your role is the synthesis of shadows. You sit at the center of a global nerve center, managing a priority intelligence requirement. You might be coordinating a mission to track a high-value target moving across the Middle East. While your cyber-offensive teams jam the target's communications, your SIGINT analysts are geolocating their phone, and your ALAN specialists are tracking the radar of the aircraft they are trying to board. You are the conductor of the invisible orchestra, ensuring every digital thread is pulled in perfect synchronization. The burden of level 5 is target prioritization. Every day millions of threats hit the Donut's servers. You have to decide which ones are noise and which ones are critical. You manage the 5 Eyes protocol, sharing high-level data with the NSA and other partners while keeping the UK's most sensitive crown jewels protected. You are the one who decides when a digital lead is actionable, when the information is strong enough to send a special forces team through a door or to advise the Prime Minister to change national policy. Psychologically, you are a macro-strategist. You see the world as a dynamic heat map of threats. You've lost the luxury of focusing on the details. You care about probability and outcome. You live in a state of constant high-velocity decision-making. You know that a delay of 30 seconds in your mission room could mean the difference between stopping a terror plot and responding to a tragedy. You have become the brain of the GCHQ machine. You are the gatekeeper of the product. You take the raw, cold data from the code breakers and turn it into a strategic narrative for the government. You are the one who walks into the Cabinet Office briefing rooms, COBR, to explain that a war is coming, not because of troop movements, but because of a shift in the digital atmosphere. You are the master of the big picture, and you realize that in the 21st century, whoever controls the signal controls the story.